दिल होता जाता है जबान में रह की वीराना मेरा दिल जाता जाता है मची की दिल जकुल अलतल कहता जाता है Delhi was like putting your head in an oven filled with sand. Even the stairwell of the Amar Hotel was filled with smoke. I asked the owner why they had filled the place with smoke, and he replied that it was a right for his recently deceased father. The story of the lime juice seller. He has a little cart with bicycle wheels. You can see them in the bazaars. And the gutter is just there and it's dirty. And he has an immaculate display. He has a velvet canopy around his jar of lime juice. Velvet material. So that you can just see the top of his lime juice jar. And it has a lid. And as he opens the lid, he takes out a large metal spoon and stirs the lime juice and puts the lid back on and covers the jar with velvet cloth. And around is a necklace of lemons. Just below the lid of the lime juice jar is a necklace of lemons. And he stands there and he yells, "Fresh lime juice, get it while it's fresh." And every customer gets a ladle full of lime juice into a glass and then a squeezed lemon on top. And so every time the necklace, the mala, the rosary, the necklace of lemons becomes one shorter. All day he stands and he sells his lime juice. The necklace gets shorter and smaller, and the ballad is all but gone. And the lush tenor voice of the lime juice seller himself, to ash but come.
Good evening indeed, and to the Gangna Jumna Personal Development Chartered Commercial Institute. And the first lecture we are having this evening is from our very distinguished guest, Mr. Barun Bhaktjanathan, who is going to tell us something about his personal development and how he are getting many rupees and indeed many dollars.
The avarice, materialism, the problems of the greed are increasing manifold, many times in this yuga. I have been hearing recently of some greedy people. Some people who were dying but wanted to take their money with them. One man, secretly, just before he died, because he knew he had the terrible cancer, he was putting all his money from the bank into the cushion in the coffin that he was going to be buried in. And when he died, his relatives gleefully went to the bank looking for this man's money and were finding that there was nothing on the balance. And many months later, after many hazardous and tear-jerking legal situations, they dug him up and found all the money in his cushion. Terrible. It's disgusting. They want to take it with them. A friend of mine
also running ambulance, went to see a man who had a heart attack. And this man was lying on the table in quivering with death shudder. And he would not go in the ambulance. He would not go in on the stretcher. And my friend was saying, what is the matter? Why don't you go on the stretcher? You are going to have to go to the hospital, my good friend. You are dying. You need expert medical attention. This man was looking for the key to his safe. All his relatives were standing there and his servants, and they were smirking a bit, but maybe that's what he thought. He thought, if I am going to the hospital, what is happening to my safe? Where is the key? I must be having the key. So this man jumped from the table and nearly crashed in a great pool of blood and bones and terrible hairs and what you have. And he finally found the key. And he laid down on the table and said, what, now you can take me? And his servant said, oh, let me help you with the key. And the man suddenly grabbed the key in his hand, and he swallowed the key. And he died from that. He died on the spot. He died from the key. Terrible situation. Greed, avarice. What can you do? Another situation which very much disturbed me. A very good uncle of mine. He was very rich, but it took him all his life to amass all this money. So when he had all this money, he was not able to enjoy. He could not go and having sex. He could not go and flying to America or places such as this. And he could not carry big antiques. It was too heavy for him, and etc. All the vanities. He could not be eating ice cream, you name it. Too bad, huh? But he thought, I'm thinking very much about theory of reincarnation. That when you die, you are coming back as somebody else. This is very much, happening everywhere. Everybody's thinking this way. And this man, of course, was very much convinced this was true. So he thought, well, I must have myself a little plan that when I am reincarnated in another body, I know exactly where is the loot. So, but poor chap, spending last 5 years of his life, not enjoying his money, but working on his plan. And he was thinking, I will be putting it here, I will be putting it there. And when I am reborn, I will be going there direct and getting the money and spending it and being young and having plenty of sex and plenty of everything. This man thought, well, man-made objects such as buildings and bridges are not safe. He was very clever because change is abundant. Change is always upon us. I am not the same person as you saw when I began my palaver to you just then. So he thought, well, I must put it in some numerically precise place. So he thought, I will put it in latitude 99 degrees, 99 minutes, 99 seconds, 99 percentages of 100 of that part of a second. And the longitude and the latitude, they're all 99, everything 99. And he was chanting 99 all his life. In his final months, going mad. And they, of course, gave him euthanasia to the poor chap, So he was chanting 99, and it worked. This chap, if you really want something, you get it. You know what they say. They say the evil stoop and pick up luck. Well, that's right. It's see it in your hand, visualize it. Well, whatever you want, be careful what you're thinking, because thinking is very powerful. If you are thinking you are wanting this, it is coming. So think only maybe things you can handle, or some nice things. This is true, very powerful. And of course, before he reincarnated, he was thinking all the time, 99, 99. But of course, in that world, before he came back, is the thought world, where everybody can be reading your thoughts. So he had to keep it all to himself, which was nearly impossible. He went back some 10,000 years of evolution, stifling his thoughts about 99. But then he came back, he reincarnated, and as I said, he came back straight to this treasure. He went straight there. My golly, golly, golly. And when he got in there, what did he do? He was nibbling on the notes and chewing the coin. He was a rat.
You will